107 at WIOD. And what's in the thing here? John Feinberg from First Class Travel, who's a wonderful guy and generally a pain in the ass, just came in and gave me my official Atlanta Braves cap, the black ones with the World Series cap, autographed by Joe Torre. And it says, to Neil, up yours. Now it says, John says you're the greatest, sincerely, Joe Torre. Well, I never liked you, Joe, but thanks. And here's, I'll get to the other stuff in a minute, John. Leave me alone. And look what just came in an envelope here from Hooligan's Pub and Oyster Bar at 9555 South Dixie Highway in South Miami is, oh boy, an envelope, and inside is a, what would you call this? I mean, it's a tomahawk, but I mean, what is,
foam rubber.
No, it's not foam rubber, but like foam rubber. It's like cheaper than that. But it's a foam rubber tomahawk. Ooh, look, ooh, and what happens if you hold it this way? But anyway, that looks like the state of Florida, kind of. But anyway, it says, today's bribe, we just received the official Atlanta Braves World Series tomahawk. Oh, these are the ones they give away at the stadium. We'll be giving these away free tonight starting at 8 p.m. at all Hooligans locations until they're gone. Yes, we support the Cardiac Braves. Thank you for your consideration. J... something. Boy, you got J. Love, J. Louis. I don't know what it says. I can't read your handwriting, Jay, but thanks again. So anyway, you can go out there and watch the game at Hooligans and get bombed, and then you won't see all the Braves getting picked off base and making stupid bonehead plays, and they'll still win the game. And they're giving these away free at all Hooligans starting 8 o'clock till they're gone. They're the official styrofoam. That's the word I was looking for, but that's not right either because styrofoam is solid. What is it? It is?
Foam rubber.
Well, if you squeeze it, look what happens. But anyway, that's great. Thank you so much. I got my Braves cap. I got my tomahawk. I'm doing my chop. I'm chopping it. And also, Jay, so anyway, John Feinberg from First Class Travel, they have tickets for tonight's World Series game in Atlanta, believe it or not, at First Class Travel. And you can still catch a flight out of here. Yeah, there's flights out of here. There's one at 4 and there's one at, I think, 6 to Atlanta. So if there's anybody interested, they can make a deal for you, get you some tickets to get into the ball game tonight. If you got that last-minute World Series fever, call 443-3000. 443-3000, and they'll fix you up. He also left me a hazelnut and said he wanted me to crack it on the air. I got news for you, John. I bust him on the air every day for 4 hours here from 10 to 2. I don't need to bust any of yours. How the hell would you crack that anyway, huh? I'm not into cracking nuts on the air. 10 after 1 at WIOD. Here's a lady in Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm calling about the lottery tickets.
Yes.
Up north called, and they wanted 300 of them.
Ooh, you could have made some serious money.
No. And I said, oh, my God, I'm going to have to be in line all day. I went around a corner and only took about 3 or 4 minutes, the most, to get 300 of them.
Really?
And there wasn't one person in line.
Oh, we won't say where it was, though, because then it'll spoil it if you want to go back.
No, it's just down here on the beach. It's not as packed everywhere that you want to go. It's not like all the people.
Right. Well, you know, the best places to go are not convenience stores. In fact, when I bought them last year, I bought them at a shop. It's kind of like a stationery and gift shop.
Yeah.
And they have the little logo that we sell lottery tickets on the window, but most people don't know it.
Yeah.
And you go in there, and there's nobody in there.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Oh, you brain.
What a genius, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, I hope you win.
Thank you.
Just remember me if somebody in the...
I mail them all up north.
Well, just tell them to remember us.
I will.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. It's 11 after 1 at WID. Look at that. 3 open lines on the board in the midst of all this frenzy, man. I don't know. You see, we're going in one direction, and these people are all going in the other direction. We're going north. They're going south. Here's a lady in Lighthouse Point.
Hello, Mr. Rogers.
Hi.
I don't have anything in common with football or baseball, but I want to tell you this.
Yes.
You have a heart as big as I don't know what, because you tell it like it is.
Right.
And I like that about a person.
Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to the police, just because they wear a badge and have a gun, that's God.
They still put their pantaloons on one leg at a time.
That's right. And,
right.
What makes me say this, there was an accident the other day.
Yeah.
And I stopped to look.
Mm-hmm.
And one officer turned around and asked me what the hell was I looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, ain't this a free country?
You should have flipped one finger up in the air and said, look at this, douchebag. That's what you should have done. But it's a good thing you didn't, because you'd probably be on the inside right now.
Right, and I have 3 small children,
right.
and I don't need that. But, honey,
you bet.
You are what's happening.
I am. Thank you, dear.
And thank you.
Have a great life.
You too.
12 minutes after 1. Wasn't she wonderful? Let's talk about a wonderful thing that's happening. Well, listen, before we talk about Friday, tomorrow night, at Pompano Park and Breeders' Crown. Tonight, they got a great card with two great stakes races. There's a 3-year-old filly stake in the 7th race with Closing Spot on the rail with John Hogan. And then a great 2-year-old colt stake with a $41,000 purse in the 9th race featuring Get Along is in there. Look out for Barbara Hall and Gold Signet and Peter Fella and PJ's Bobby Sox and a nice field in there, too. So that's kind of like to whet your appetite for tomorrow. The biggest night of the year in harness racing anywhere at Pompano Park. The nearly $3 million in purses, 8 outstanding races, championship races, with the best 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers in the world, all at Pompano Park tomorrow. Don't forget, early post time tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Also, the Pick 8, which you can bet tonight when you go out to Pompano. You can advance bet on the Pick 8, which is on all the 8 Breeders' Crown events starting in the 4th race. And you've got, I mean, all of the top horses are going to be out there. You're going to have Die Laughing and Art's Place and Miss Easy and some outstanding 2-year-old. You got Cookout with the Brent Lindstedt, who had such a fantastic elimination victory last week in 156-3. And you've got Mr. Chin with Sonny Patterson. And Jack Moiseyev has got 6 out of the 8 he's got drives in. So if you're looking for a price, he's got some great, Jack, he's always going to sneak one in there. Somatic with Tommy Houghton. And the Summer Child with Richie Silverman and Ghostly. And, of course, like I said before, in the 10th race, that 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, Direct Flight with Ronnie Pierce, who's won 8 in a row. Digger Almerhurst with Doug Brown. Sportsmaster Ronnie Waples. Scooter's Boy with Norm McKnight. You've got John Campbell and Mike LaChance and Jack Moiseyev and Cat Manzi. And all the top names in the sport are here together for the biggest night of the year tomorrow night. So if you go only one night a year, look at that, Joe Adamski's even here. If you go one night out of the year to harness racing, even if you're not a regular fan, this is the night, tomorrow night. Don't forget, early post time, 7 p.m. We got the Pick 8 on all the 8 Breeders' Crown events. It's as good as it gets. I mean, this is going to be a night so exciting that you're going to kick yourself if you miss it. We'll look for it tomorrow night for Breeders' Crown and every night, Wednesday through Saturday. Regular post 7:30, but don't forget, tomorrow night, early post at 7 p.m. at Pompano Park.
Hi, this is Sonny Fox. I listen to Neil Rogers because I can hear the word asshole.
In that book I made it clear, but the magic but towards other men is where I steer. But the magic but at Roger Daltrey I sometimes stare. But the magic but I like his walk and I like his hair. But the magic but I watch his scenes when he struts. But the magic but I just love his magic butt. Ooh, but the magic but when we're on tour, I just hope. Ooh, but the magic but he'll lose his grip and drop the soap. Ooh, but the magic but I see it. I see it. You can't have it. Magic but, magic but, magic but, magic but.
117 at WID. We're so excited about Breeders' Crown Night tomorrow night at Pompano Park that we even flew in Tom Durkin's special to do a little blow-by-blow race call from Kathy Willett's house.
One final acceleration.
Thank you, Tom. You're always up for it. Let's go to Deerfield. Hello.
Hey,
He
Neil.
always rises to the occasion. Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a couple things about the Sammy deal.
Yeah.
First off, I seen it last night. I think what Channel 4 did was a sham. But people got to realize that there's some point they're missing. That first off, he is a professional football player.
Yes.
And secondly, I don't want to say it's only a game because it's only a game because I'm into the series. Hey, Braves. But let's not forget that we're not talking something like a major catastrophe here. They lost the football game.
Right.
I agree with the first call. The other call that says the game wasn't done in one play. And to bash him on
118 at WIOD, they don't seem to understand that no matter where it pops up in the conversation, it doesn't get on the air. So just, you wasted the previous 40 seconds, but have a nice life, okay? Punk, slime ball. Hope somebody comes over to your house with a Coke bottle and gouges your nose out so you look just like Elaine Etour with a skirt on. North Miami, hello.
Hello, Neil.
How you doing?
Okay, listen, I've been watching Channel 4 with Segredo, and he's definitely a major douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
It's twice this week he's had
crying and about caring about people's feelings. Let me ask you something. When he came here and didn't want to sign, did he care about the fans' feelings when he held them up for big bucks?
No.
When they drafted him, he didn't give a crap about anybody's feelings. All he wanted was, hey, give me the big bucks and I'll sign on the line, man.
Give me the money. Give me the money.
Right, you bet.
But I mean, it's twice this week. He's put this thing on with you with the radio. Shows you the radio with your name on it. And you.
Oh, now wait a minute. Are you saying that Segredo put the piece on?
Twice on his sports. I mean, the sports is only 3 or 4 minutes long. Show us some sports, not about this guy
Exactly. What the hell? I mean, how much did we see? Did he have any piece on the Breeders' Crown this week at all?
Nothing.
Oh, man, now I'm going to go nuts. It's not bad enough. We know Zagacki and Mandich are never going to put anything on because they know nothing about it and they don't give a crap except what they, are interested in, which is strictly one-dimensional. But, I mean, here's a guy who's supposed to be... The only time Tony Segredo ever really got interested in the harness racing was the couple of years he drove in the media race, and we had to see him self-promote and showing him driving in a media race, and he's out there at Pompano Park. But unless they're promoting themselves and tooting their own horn and tooting something, then they won't give anybody any publicity, and it sucks. And you talk about Bush League, that's Bush League, Tony, okay?
I don't know.
Just like the Miami Herald.
I don't know who's getting worse than Channel 7 or Channel 4. What do you watch? Channel 6, right?
I watch 6 a lot, yeah.
Yeah, because
although when Cambrell comes on to do the sports, though, my picture starts wavering a little bit.
So, I mean, there is no
good
sports anchors in town on TV.
Who are they?
Who are they? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wish Zagacki, Mandich, Segredo, go to the Port of Miami and take a boat somewhere.
We're not picking on you, Hank. We don't consider you an anchor.
Hank's
all
right with me.
Hank's a great guy. Hank is a great guy. I mean, he and I disagree on a lot of things, and we have our go-arounds. But I like Hank, even though he thinks I hate him like poison. I think Hank's a super guy. I'm a big Hank Goldberg fan, but sometimes he's just full of crap and he gets upset.
Yeah, well.
And sometimes I'm full of crap and he gets upset. And then it's usually him, though. He's usually right. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay. No, I like Hank a lot, in spite of what he thinks. Well, he thinks that the reason Hank gets upset with me is because Manny comes in there and gets him all better. You notice how psychotic Manny is? Manny used to be a great kid. He was a groupie. He used to come running around Zeta and hang around and be a pain in the ass. Then all of a sudden he decided he wanted to get into the business, stick his nose in. He's like, I was board op, and then all of a sudden he's hotshot producer. And now all of a sudden, since Graveline started working here, I noticed there was a kind of a simultaneous reaction when Graveline started doing Saturday mornings on weekend. What do they call that show? Oh, that's right. And since then, Manny just hasn't been the same. He's been all psychotic and been out of shape, so to speak. 21 after 1 at WIOD. Rent the biggest movies all the time at Peaches, Florida's original music and video superstore. I bet you get sick and tired of going to your local video rental store and never finding the movie you want to rent. They got 80 billion movies, and the one you want, never there. Well, at Peaches, you'll always find the movie you're looking for. It's guaranteed. That's right. Peaches guarantees the top 40 movies are always available, or when it does come in for you, the rental's free. How do you like that? Now on video cassette from Live Home Video, The Doors. Directed by 3-time Oscar-winning filmmaker Oliver Stone. Val Kilmer stars as the legendary Jim Morrison, the 60s king of crock, high priest of excess and god of love, the man with the power to shape a new generation. Rolling Stone magazine calls The Doors a thrilling assault of the senses. Experience the music, the magic, the excitement, etc. And just fall on your ass. From Carolco Home Video, exclusively distributed by Live Home Video, waiting for you at a Peaches near you. So stop by Peaches and Plantation on University Drive and the Fountain Shops, Aventura and Biscayne Boulevard, and, of course, Fort Lauderdale on Sunrise Boulevard, the original Peaches, where we'll be doing our show a week from tomorrow, next Friday.
Now, from the Channel 10 Eyewitness News.
All right, get set to cue, Ann. Hey, where's Ann going? What's she doing with that machine gun? Oh, my God, quick, camera to the white.
She was fed up with reading one story after another about drugs and violence. Now she wants to right the wrongs and rewrite the news in Ann, starring Ann Bishop.
Don't kill me, please. I'll see you tonight at 5, 6, and 11. Gone.
Ann, she took the news into her own hands.
What are you going to do with me? When I get through with you, there won't be enough of you left to make a good toupee for Don Knoll.
Ann, starring Ann Bishop. Also starring Carl Weathers as Dwight Lauderdale and Don Knotts as Don No.
There's a stationary front over the Midwest.
And Bo, she rewrote the news. And Bo, coming soon.
126 at WIOD, Homestead.
Hello from Homestead.
Yeah.
I have two things for you, Neil.
Okay.
The other day I was driving up. I went up to St. Augustine, and you were trying to think of the group that did the Soul Bowl routine.
The Soul Bowl?
Yeah, it was a comedy takeoff on a news report for the Soul Bowl. Anyway, it was done by Hudson and Landry, if you remember them.
The Soul Bowl?
Yeah.
Something that we played?
No, you didn't play it. Some caller had mentioned it.
Oh, yeah, some caller. I didn't know what it was, and I still don't know what it is.
Okay, well, if you got any Hudson and Landry comedy records...
No, don't have it.
It's pretty
Never
good.
heard of it. Okay.
Or if you got somebody to call in. And the other thing is, the young lady that you have the cart of that says, you guys are the greatest...
Right, Sandy.
Sandy, exactly. She has the most incredible voice I've ever heard. And I would like to give her my phone number.
Well, I don't think Bobby would be too happy about that. He's her husband, so I think she'd probably be...
Well, I didn't know she had a husband.
She does happen to be very attractive, though, in spite of the fact a lot of the audience hate her like poison. She happens to be very, very nice looking.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
And so is Bobby, as a matter of fact. They're a ravishing couple. So maybe they'll let you stay in a closet and take pictures.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
What can I say? But anyway, that's what I wanted to call about.
Okay, well, we'll put you on the list.
Thank you, buddy.
See ya. 128 at 610 WIOD. A lot of horny guys out there. The market is down 25 points. We don't want you to get nervous. We don't want you to panic. There's no reason. I mean, car dealerships are closing up like it's going out of style, and retail business are going out of business, and people are unemployed, and the Indians are rioting in front of the stadium in Atlanta, but don't panic, okay, because it's going to get a lot better. That's what they say in Washington. Kendall.
Hi, Neil.
Hi.
Why are you always so rude? Huh?
Why am I rude? Is this the...
Why do you always
Are you calling back from yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the bitch from yesterday?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that all you know?
I hope that's something. Well, how come you're still listening today if we're so rude?
Were you raised by one?
How come you are still listening today, bitch, if I'm so rude you don't like the show, you bag? I hope that somebody takes and puts 45 pounds of glycerin in your enema bag, okay, douchebag? I hope you take a barium enema the size of Montana and that 75,000 rodents come screaming out of your rat-infested body. But you know what? Have a nice day. 129 at WIOD. That's the bitch from yesterday. And was I right? Was I right about her? Boy, can I spot a bitch from a mile away or what? Scum-sucking bitch. Hey, listen, the truth shall set you free. And we want to be free. 129 at WIOD, or free for the 90s station. Boca.
Hello?
How do you like her, sir?
What a bitch.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. The worst.
She's probably
How'd you like to wake up next to that every morning, sir?
No thanks.
Boy, talk about suicide-inducing.
You know?
So anyway, moving along.
I'm just calling to confirm that Segredo report.
Yeah.
He was on at noon crying again.
Today?
Today.
Again?
A live report
this
afternoon.
Jeez, God almighty, give it a rest. I think it's about time for the public to start demanding that we stop with this crap and get on with some real business and stop annoying the fans and dividing the public and the team and get back to the business of buying lottery tickets and life and living. Is that all he's got to... You know, we got the World Series, we got the Breeders' Crown tomorrow, we got all kinds of important stuff, we got the Breeders' Cup a week from Saturday, all this big sporting stuff coming up, and all he can keep talking to Chinik about is Sammy, and we got to feel sorry and cry and get out the crying towel? What is wrong with this man?
All it was this man has so much class and this team has so much class.
Oh, he's full of crap. These are guys that are sitting there on the radio on this station and others telling us if we want a boo to stay home, that's class. If you don't like it, stay home. What kind of class is that?
No class.
Exactly.
Let me ask you something.
Right.
Why is Mandich on Sports Talk instead of Sonny Hirsch, which used to be on Sports Talk?
Good question. If I had the answer to that.
Mandich is such a pompous ass.
At least Sonny's got a sense of humor. You know, Sonny understands it's just a ball game. Doesn't take it all so seriously.
What was the story behind Joe Rose used to be on this station on Sports Talk?
I like Joe Rose, and Joe Rose is over on QAM now, and I like Joe Rose on the air. Joe Rose is a hell of a guy and was a good player, and I think Joe is excellent on the air, and I wish we had him here on IOD. I think Joe Rose does one hell of a job.
He tells it like it is.
Yes, sir.
That's probably why he was fired.
That's why he's not here, because he's not a paid shill like our guys.
All right, go Twins.
Okay, good luck to you. You'll need it. I mean, I think it's about time to drop it, Tony, and grow up already.
yesterday.
On and on.
Sammy Smith fumbled the ball away. We knew that bum never knew how to play. I can't believe what happened yesterday. Oh! Yesterday. The playoffs didn't seem so far away. Thanks to Sammy, now there is no way. Oh, yesterday sucked royally. Why you drop that ball and you pay or go away? Sammy sucks. Now I long for Brian. So yesterday.
I will say this, even though it happened way back on Sunday, there is one problem with that sort.
It takes forever to get that taste and smell out of your system.
Exactly, Henry. I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm trying to forget about it. That's why I'm holding on my my tomahawk here, although I think George told me I'm hanging on to the wrong end here. Anyway, it's 1:33 at WIOD. Well, hey, listen, at this point in my life, anything. Pembroke Pines, hello.
Hey, Neil, how's life treating you?
Oh, not bad for a little guy.
I think I'm going to finally be amongst the satellite people next week.
Great.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Boy, you are going to call and just tell us that you're going nuts if you have time to call after this.
That's it. Everybody says you'll have bags under your eyes watching TV all night.
Well, we've heard from a couple of bags today, so what's one more, right?
Yeah, like that one that called a few calls ago.
The bitch from Kendall. Isn't she something?
Oh, she's PMS.
She's all upset, and she's all bent out of shape, and I'm rude, and I do this, but in the meantime, she's listening every day. Now she's calling every day.
Oh, yeah, she won't miss a second.
Just to express her disgust with the world to everybody and let us realize what a crawling piece of slime she is.
Yeah, that guy blowing grits on that card is the best card I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you hear the chunks hit the ground in that one.
Well, listen, when you have a bad bowl of grits there, got to come out somewhere.
That's it. All right, Neil, well, I'll tell you what satellite's like next week. It should be good.
Okay, now you get the Satellite Weekly magazine yet?
Not yet, but I will.
You got the number?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling you, if you want to really enjoy your dish, get the magazine. And then, of course, you're going to have to explore around because there's a lot of stuff that's not listed in there.
Yeah, and the best part is I'll be able to call store and tell them where the sun don't shine.
Exactly. Tell them thanks, but no thanks.
That's it.
Okay, enjoy
Thanks,
it. See ya. 1:34 at WIOD. Grits. I didn't know for sure that was grits, but it sounds like it. It could be. It might be. It could be. We'll check it out. We're checking a lot of things out, too, like Tony Segredo and playing our show on the air. What is Tony doing? Trying to manipulate and use this show to gain some popularity on there because Channel 4 is lagging ratings on the news? Couldn't be doing that, could you, Tony? You couldn't be manipulating and exploiting the situation, could you, Tony, by using this stuff on the air and trying to make a little soap opera out of it while pretending so desperately about Sammy this and Sammy that and what a class act? Because it seems to me that by your aberrant behavior, you're perpetuating the hysteria just when it seemed to have been calming down and people are finally getting their ass together. Sammy. Oh, I'm sorry. What's his name? Tony. Same difference. Boy. 25 till 2 at WIOD to kick off the...
And now, back to
WIOD. We're having a board-op convention there today. Oh, that's right. We have... Marvin must be down there with them, right? Oh, boy. That goes to show if you suck around long enough, you wind up with some freebies, okay? That is just... he should be in Rayford, not in Key West. Anybody gets a hold of Marvin down there, by the way, fix him good. 21 till 2 at WIOD. Rick and Suds live from Key West during Fantasy Fest this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. Ought to be great. Here's a lady in Homestead. Hello.
Yeah. I just want to
call in for a lady in Homestead?
8 times a day song.
What?
The 8 times
Are you a lady in Homestead?
No.
Well, it says lady in Homestead. I said, here's a lady in Homestead, and you said, yeah. That's not, I mean, it's one thing to be agreeable, but it's another thing to go a little, overboard.
Yeah, obviously they got it wrong.
Well, hey, maybe you just, maybe you're a member of NOW.
A what?
National Organization of Truck Drivers.
Yeah, well, I want to hear that Kathy Willis song 8 times a day.
You do?
Yeah, I haven't heard it in 2 weeks.
Well, I got news for you, sir. You're going to hear it today.
All right.
Because you sound like a great American to me. Right?
Appreciate it.
Okay. Hey, he was very nice, and I said a lady, and he agreed. He was just agreeable. Here's a lady in Hollywood.
Neil?
And it is a lady, I guess.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Neil, I'm trying to think, and you know everything about sports. The 60s, like 61.
1860s or 1760? 1860 Civil War.
Okay.
Abe Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth.
Okay, honey.
Andrew Johnson. Okay, 60s.
Okay, young man that announced sports in New York. His first name
Bill
was
Mazer.
Bert.
Bill Mazer.
Huh? No,
His name
Bert.
is Alan Burke.
No, his name was
Bert Blyleven.
Bertram.
Bertram.
Yeah, and
Bertrand Russell. Bert.
the father owned the station.
Bert the Squirt.
Huh?
I have no idea. Nobody cares.
Well, okay.
But somebody will call in. Don't feel dejected. Somebody will call in
I
and
do
tell
feel
us.
dejected because...
Well, somebody will call in, but if I hang on here, I don't know I'm not from New York, so I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Somebody will call in. Trust me. Keep your ear glued to that speaker.
Thank you.
Okay. Who cares? All right, will you? God. Living in the past. God. 141 at 610 WIOD. World Series game number 5 at 8:05 tonight.
Ooh, I need your love, John. Yes, you know it's true. I hope you need my love, John.
We got Ronnie Waples, A. Not to mention our own like Wally Hennessy, A. And Kevin Wallace and Porcupine. I think we ought to do something for them.
Cheers and a few cheers for 75 years. Coming up next, nationwide, Patrick Law versus Grant Fuhr, Wendell Clark, Kirk Muller, and a whole lot more. It's the 1991-92 season premiere between the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
T coming back. Gills, the defenseman, with him for the Maple Leafs. T goes to the right side. Carbonneau forechecking, but Clark gets the pass to center and moves up, gets away from the hit. Clark coming for the net hard. Center net. Gills scores! Beautiful goal by the Maple Leafs.
We kick off our 40th season of Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC from the Forum in Montreal.
Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC is brought to you by Molson Canadian. What beer all about.
The puck is dropped. Kelly up to Poker. Poker gets it up to Armstrong. Armstrong waits, takes it, does go!
By Ford of Canada, where quality is more than a commitment, quality is job one. And by Esso Associates and Imperial Oil.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans of the United States and Newfoundland. And an extra big hello to Canadian servicemen overseas.
You're on your way with Esso.
Yeah. And the question for the day is, will the Leafs ever win another game? Unlikely. Okay, now I feel better. 146, that's another thing you'll never hear about in this town because they know nothing about it. 146 at WIOD. Paul's Hair and Nails on the water next to Shooters in the Intercoastal Mall will do a tremendous job cutting your hair, making you look almost human. And right now, Paul wants you to try his services by offering you, because he knows that money is tighter than a snare drum, offering you a half price on a haircut for all our Neelys out there. Just $10 for guys, $12.50 for ladies. And at Paul's, you're not going to get these little punky kids that just came out of haircutting school that are like 10 years old. They are really guys who've had years of experience, experienced stylists to give you a full consultation, do a great job, whether you want a full cut or just a little trim. They won't rush you in and out like those quick cut places. So come by boat or car to Paul's Hair and Nails. They're open 7 days a week. On the weekend, you need an appointment, 949-9701. 949-9701. You'll find them right between Ruth's Chris and Shooters on the Intercoastal and the 163rd Street, the thing. In the Intercoastal Mall, actually, in North Miami Beach. Call 949-9701 and be sure and mention my name for a half-price special at Paul's Hair and Nails. And 147, maybe Steve Ziegler is going to go over there and get his cut. 147 at WIOD.
Fall is here, and although leaves don't fall at Zinn Mazda, prices do. Prices are falling at Zinn Mazda. A brand new 1991 Mazda B2200 LE pickup loaded. Includes AC, cloth seats, chrome wheels, and more. Just $79.95. It's fall savings at Zinn Mazda. A new 1992 Mazda 323 with AC. Only $79.95. And check out the sleek, stylish 91 Mazda Miata. Fall priced at just $12,995. Test drive the new MX-3 Sports Coupe. fall priced at Zinn Mazda. Test drive the new 929 luxury sedan, fall priced at Zinn Mazda. What's more, all Mazdas carry the Zinn Mazda 3-year 50,000-mile warranty. And if the car you want at the price we advertise isn't in stock, you'll get the same deal when it comes in. A fall savings at Zinn Mazda, 18010 South Dixie Highway, 5 minutes south of the Falls.
Okay, you're next. This is Biscayne audition number 25. Whenever you're ready.
Everybody. Between the local sports writers and sportscasters and the Dolphin coaches and players, it disqualifies them as unbiased broadcasters on television.
No objectivity whatsoever. None.
That's my point
Zero.
on that score. Now, for Tim Robbie, if he ever gets wind of this, and I don't know if it's ever crossed his mind, if he could either get Don Shula to either resign or fire him or request that he resign, not as a general manager, just as a coach, and then trade Marino, Smith, and a few more over-expensive players.
Trade Marino?
Now, hear me out, Neil.
Oh.
Hear me out. Trade Marino, Smith, and a few guys that aren't who haven't produced to the. In other words, a lot of people don't produce. Now, wait a minute.
I'm listening.
All right.
I'm just having trouble stomaching it, but I'm listening.
Okay, but use that money that he's going to save by these changes to go into a rebuilding program. I think the fans could tolerate that scenario.
Oh, no, rebuilding. Oh,
yeah. Hey,
man.
listen, let's face it. Hey, let's face it. How long has it been since we've been really close to a Super Bowl here? How long?
Wait a minute. Let me say this to you with all fairness, okay?
Okay.
As mediocre as the offense has been, with all the injuries we've had, with Marino having an off year, in spite of all of that, we are 2 series away from being 5-3. First in goal on the 3 at Detroit. We blew that series, didn't get the ball in, and then 1 play yesterday at the goal line. We're that much away from being 5-3.
Well, like I say,
so the idea that we don't have the talent there, we have to just dump everybody out and start rebuilding, I think is ridiculous.
Well, like I say, I don't profess to be a professional fan or a coach, or I'm just a frustrated fan, is what I am, and I'm trying to look for ways that maybe we could get some semblance of a contender going.
But you want to throw the baby out with a Huggies blanket, and that's not the way to do it, Steve.
Well, like I say, I don't.
Wish you could have seen that at halftime yesterday when they had the Huggies blanket out there, and
I heard about it.
The little babies crawling on their hands and knees about 2 inches at a time.
Well, they're penny wise.
Although I will say, one of the babies looked pretty. We might have brought that kid in for that one play. You know it? Just strap that ball to his chest.
Well, like I said, maybe I'm penny wise and pound foolish, but that's my observation.
Well, you've always been thrifty, Steve. Make no mistake about that.
Okay.
Have a great day.
You too, Neil. Bye.
127 at WIOD. He's a good guy, just a little cheap. Jupiter.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
That baby race would have been okay if we would have had a little wagering on it, maybe. But
there you go. Wait, they had numbers on their back. Numbers on the back. When on the whole halftime, we got little kids cry, and not only were they not crawling, they weren't even moving. That was the worst part of it. The mothers kept, come on, and they wouldn't even move off the line.
That was sad. That was really sad. Well, anyway.
It was an omen of things to come later.
Yeah. I'm a Washington fan. I don't want to rub it in anybody's face, but
okay. We won't talk about Ernest Biner or John Biner or anybody like that.
That's right. That's right. But my point is that if this guy played in Washington, I don't think he would have made it out of the stadium. I mean, much less just chanting. I mean, these people are really sad down
They're vocal.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, the guy just totally. I just don't understand these people on the air. Although on this station, you got to understand, there's no objectivity at all. Like so many of the callers have said, you're dealing with guys who are like personal friends and the virtual shills for anything that goes on, and they have no credibility.
Mm-hmm.
None.
Well, there was one other comment I wanted to make. I've gone to a couple of Dolphin games. I've been down here about a year now, and there's a big difference between the Orange Bowl and Joe Robbie. Now, I'm not patting Tim Robbie or Joe Robbie on the back by any means, but I would rather. So I think I spent $22 for an Orange Bowl ticket, and $28 for this ticket.
Right.
Both were in the end zone, cheap seats. But I would have rather seen that pathetic game yesterday than see the great Hurricanes in that stadium. I mean,
you know what fascinates me, to show you what a bunch of phonies so many people are in this town. The Orange Bowl, all they ever do was they used to bitch about it and scream, and there were no toilets and the sewage. I mean, everything it was a dump, and it still is a dump.
Mm-hmm.
And the people used to bellyache and carry on, and man, we don't want to come in the Orange Bowl. And now that we've got one of the finest facilities anywhere in the world, They talk about, oh, geez, I enjoy those Hurricane games so much better than Sure they do, because they win every goddamn home game. They won, like, they play all these girls' schools, and they won 40 or 41 in a row at home. So they enjoy it. Although when the girls' schools come in, only half the seats are filled in the Orange Bowl. The Orange Bowl is a dump. It always was a dump. And anybody who wants to make a story for the Orange Bowl, how it has... And that's another thing. They talk about the Orange Bowl has more character, there's a different atmosphere. Well, the atmosphere is only created by the people who are in there.
Exactly.
The fans are the ones who make the atmosphere.
That's right.
So what kind of crap is that?
That's right. I would have much rather been at Robbie Stadium. I mean, I took my wife yesterday, and she was at that Orange Bowl game that I went to. I think they played Houston, and it was kind of a blowout. But this game yesterday, as sloppy as it was...
I mean, anybody to pay $19 to go watch the University of Miami beat up on a girls' school, I mean, they must have, nothing else to do. Must be boring and have no life.
That was my point.
Which is why they had 40,000 people there. Okay, have a good one.
Okay, you too.
See ya. Oh, we have another somewhat celebrity on the phone now.
What has baseball come to when you could just yank the guy off the base and tag him out?
It's come to the three blind mice.
I'll tell you something. Like, if you slide into second, who's to say the shortstop's not going to come over there, kick your ass, throw you off the base, and tag you out? I mean, this is getting out of hand.
Well, maybe we need a little more physical activity in baseball. Maybe the people who are more, into hockey and football would enjoy it better. We have a little more histrionics, a little more physical contact, kicking and playing a little more grab ass.
When you talk about covering up for your own, did you hear that umpire up in the stands talking about, oh, well, he didn't have possession of the bag and all this
Yeah,
crap.
right. Possess this.
I mean, Tommy Lasorda was like, even his comments, I mean, did you take a look at Tommy's face? I mean, his eyes were popping out of his head.
I usually try not to.
His eyes were popping out of his head for crying out loud. He couldn't believe it. As far as Sammy Smith goes,
Yes, sir.
the guy is, although he didn't play like it, he's a professional ball player. He gets paid. I think that he should expect the criticism. And I think if you probably talk to him, he'd say, hey, man, I mean, he probably... I don't know
what he'd say, but the guy's getting paid millions of dollars to go out there and perform, and his business about how he's got feelings and he was hurt and he was crying and like, hey, that goes with the territory. That's part of what it's all about.
Yeah, if you can't, I mean, we don't need people calling up and defending him.
What a bunch of childish crap with this Zagacki and Mandich and all these other guys. Just juvenile.
Out of control.
Yeah.
But it comes with the territory. You got to expect it when you have a bad game. You're going to get some abuse. And if he wants to stick up for himself, he can prove it next game.
Right. And not only that, but let me say this to you. The first quarter, they were all chanting because he wasn't getting anything done on the ground. We want Higgs. We want Higgs. And the fact is that in the fourth quarter, when he was getting some good running plays off and making 5 yards a clip, 7 yards, the people were enthusiastic. Nobody in that crowd who's a Dolphin fan wants to see Sammy do bad. See, that's the point. In other words, if he'd go out there the next game and run for 150 yards, people would be ecstatic. But the fact is that he doesn't get the job done, and people have just had it.
Do you remember when...
Nobody is rooting against him, and you'd get that idea by listening to Mandich and these other guys that the people are just making it impossible for him. Baloney. They want him to do well. They want us to score some points. They want to win. That's what professional sports is all about.
You remember when Schwade's mishandled a punt, and then they put him right back in there next play?
Yeah.
Or next time he was going to take a punt, and he mishandled it again?
I sure do.
And that's basically what we have happening here. I mean, I understand trying to rebuild somebody's confidence in that.
Not when the game is on the line. Not when there's 3.5 minutes left in the game. It's not time for confidence building. It's time to score that touchdown, stick it in the end zone, and win the game.
I think
worry about confidence next time.
Higgs probably would have hit his head on the goalpost if they let him take it. Yeah. But you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see him go straight through the goddamn line instead of over in it, just for laughs.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? They opened up a hole there you could have driven a Mack truck through, by the way, but nobody talks about that. Have a great day.
Take it easy.
134 at WIOD. I understand we'll get this out of our system today, and then we'll just forget about it. We got a bye next week. We got no game. We just talk about the lottery because I'm going to win it. Nobody has called to give me the information on I-95. I mean, that's important stuff. People that are have to drive it, have to commute every day, would like to have some idea what the hell's going on. Does anybody know? Did we get any call on that? George? No? That's probably because nobody knows. Except the DOT. We think the people at the DOT, by the way, make us nauseous, and they suck. Anyway, if your dog food sucks, If you just keep trying one different brand after another and your dog keeps sticking his nose up in the air and takes a little bite and says, forget this. Are you kidding? How about trying something that evidently the dogs must love the taste of, because my dogs are going nuts over it. 22 till 2 at WIOD, North Bay Village.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
Neil, a little history on Sammy Smith.
Yes, sir.
Okay, his junior year of college, they're playing the University of Miami up in Tallahassee. Florida State has the lead. He fumbles it. Miami takes the ball, and Michael Irvin scores a touchdown. Miami wins the game.
Oh!
Last year, I went to a Patriots game here on a Thursday night. Marino drives him down the field, throws a beautiful pass to Clayton, who stretches out for it and catches it on the one.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to Sammy. He fumbles it. Last week, you saw what happened, and yesterday, it's just another disgrace.
Another chapter.
Yeah, you know, the thing that gets me is that, you know, he puts him in there again after what happened last week. I look at opening day and see Mark Higgs jump from the 4-yard line into the end zone.
Right.
You know, the calls that he's been making, Shula's been making this year has been bad. They're unpredictable. I was sitting in the stands with my friends, and I could, we were there saying before the ball was even snapped what the Dolphins were going to do offensively. You know, it's getting ponderous.
Right.
It's very bad.
Totally
If it
predictable.
continues, we're not going to win another game. At least we got the 2 draft picks, but, it would be nice to see them be competitive for once.
Well, they were competitive yesterday. I mean, Houston stunk the joint out. Houston is a lousy road team, and they lived up to their billing by playing a lousy game yesterday. Our defense played very well, and we should have won the ball game.
Yep, we should have.
It's not a question of not being competitive yesterday, or even the Lion game. I mean, we're a much better team than the Lions, and we were competitive, but we just blew the big play.
Another thing, when Higgs was in there, he only gained, I believe, was 13 yards.
In 5 carries, yeah.
Yeah, but in those 5 carries, he showed me a lot more than Sammy Smith did all day.
Well, the first 2, I mean, he had absolutely nowhere to go, and nobody would have gotten any yardage out of it. It was like Sammy in the first quarter, but then they start opening some little holes, and he makes the extra effort and makes a 3 or 4 yard gain out of what could have been a loss. And they never gave him a chance. I mean, he carries the ball 5 times. We come out for the second half, and at the beginning of the second half, everything was Sammy. It was like all Sammy offense, and I don't know what the hell Shula's thinking about. I really don't. But, of course, in this town, you're not supposed to criticize him because we keep living in the past, and you can't do that.
And another thing, he keeps bringing back all these players like Paul Langford and all these guys, he always...
Well, let me ask you something. How is it possible? I mean, I know we've had all these injuries, but how is it possible that he actually took Brian Sauché back and put him on the squad, and then after a week or 2 of total ineptitude had to cut him again? How is that possible?
I don't know.
What are they thinking about?
And another one that doesn't have any balls is that Tony Martin. I mean, just last week he proved it when he caught that big pass right before the half. They ended up in the 1.
Yeah.
I looked at the instant replay real closely. If you look at that instant replay, he was more worried about getting hit than scoring in the end zone.
Tony's the main thing is no catch of the ball. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
Tony does not hang
if that
on
was
to the ball.
Clayton behind that pass, that would have caught that pass, it would have been 6 points.
Yeah.
But, just a shame, Sammy sucks, and I want to call my friend Beatty, who's a Florida State
142. What's all that knocking going on next door there now all of a sudden? Man, sounds like the world is coming to an end. They have another fist fight in production again? Or did Wendy Bennett read more than 4 lines from her 3x5 card on the coast and is taking a beating from Fleetwood Mac Groover? Something's going on next door. They're going nuts. Hollywood.
Hi, Neil?
Yes, sir.
First-time caller, long-time listener throughout
Great.
all the stations you have changed in South Florida.
Yes.
I'm a former soccer fan. I adopt the football now.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, they complaining about booing. That's for children. That's for ladies. In Europe...
In Europe, they go out there and they kill each other, right?
Huh?
In Europe, they go out and...
Let me tell you, Italy is not as bad as Scotland or Germany or other countries like that,
Uh-huh.
You know what they do? The real professional fans, that they mortgage their home to go see a game, you know.
And then they
Last
get killed.
year I went to see the USA playing Italy at the World Cup, you know.
Yeah.
I paid $45 the last row. I almost touched the sky, you know. I need a binocular to see it.
Right.
So over here they complain $26, $28. That's a bag of peanuts over
Right.
there, you
That's
know.
a couple of bags of peanuts. There's
Yeah,
also
so
36
this is
bucks now that
very
you mention
cheap
it.
over here. Well, anyway, the real fans, you know, they don't boo. They wait on the street corners and teams, you know. I mean it. I've done it myself with baskets full of rotten tomatoes.
There you go.
Eggs. Now,
Okay.
these are the mild ones. Then if they get too wild, they're heavy, big rocks, you know. Many players are known to be sent to the hospitals, you know, throughout the years, you know.
Well, that'll teach him.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Arrivederci. Now, what the hell is this? Suds has got a new bunch of rock comedy CDs the size of Mount Everest in here. Where the hell are all those coming from? Yeah, you've been holding back on us, I think. Just knock that TV off the edge there anyway. By the way, whatever happened, speaking of wasting money, you know, that thing with the key and the whole bit when the TV set? No, but I understand that, but you talk about wasting money? Oh, man, what a joke. What a joke. Right. Here's a payphone in Palm Bay.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling sick. Give it. Hey, I got there you go. I feel better now.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to tell you the new solution there for Sammy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the deal. I've been talking it over with the offense. The offensive line there, we've all been watching that movie, The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
With Burt Reynolds.
Uh-huh.
I remember when the offense decided they'd take care of that defensive line, we're going to put Sammy over on the defense to practice tomorrow. And we're going to open up the line and let him come in and catch that ball right down there. You know.
Yeah, right down there. I'm just a little distracted because it sounds like they're having World War III next door here on the other side of the wall. What the hell has been going on over there? 145 at WIOD, a mobile in Sunrise.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
All right, babe.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you know, unfortunately, the sad thing about it is I think Shula's going to end up winding up like Tom Landry. Great coach in his day, well-respected.
Doesn't know when to hang it up.
Doesn't know when
the game has passed him by.
You know, and that's a sad commentary, but he's going to wind up the same damn way.
We could make a song for Don. Sometimes I feel the game is passing me by.
Well, like I said, he's a great coach, you know,
Right.
there's no question.
Was
is the term. And he needs to retire and play golf and go fishing and you know,
Right.
look back on what he contributed.
Exactly, and have a great life.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thanks. Is Mitch Lewis going through Change of Life next door in that production studio or what? Man, we haven't had that in a long time. Well, he probably wants to add to the ambiance of just an all-around great day. I see Adams in here with a big speed-eating grin. Davey.
Hi, Neil.
How you doing?
Has anybody given the Bill Wash by